It was supposed to be just another light-hearted segment. The cameras were rolling, the lights were blinding, and the studio audience buzzed with excitement. Jovi Dufresne, a longtime favorite from reality TV, sat grinning in his seat, basking in the glow of fame that had followed him ever since his appearance on 90 Day Fiance. Beside him sat Yara, radiant as ever, dressed in a sleek emerald dress that hugged her figure like it was made for her alone. Her hair was curled to perfection, her lips painted in a bold but graceful crimson. She was elegance, she was poise, she was, by all definitions, glowing. The talk show host leaned in with a smirk. "All right, Jovi," he said, reading off a card. "This is a fun one. Describe your wife in 3 words, but only from last week's camping trip." The audience laughed, anticipating some cheeky banter. Jovi chuckled, took a mock breath, and leaned toward the mic. "Yara looked the worst," he said with a dramatic pause. The studio roared with laughter. The host slapped the table in delight. It was a hit, at least, with them. But next to Jovi, Yara froze. Her smile, once easy and genuine, twisted into something unreadable. Her spine straightened, eyes narrowing slightly, the corner of her mouth twitching in restrained disbelief. "What do you mean?" she asked, softly, voice even, still in full TV mode. Jovi grinned and raised his hands like a comedian mid-routine. "Come on, the mud, the rain, the bugs. You were miserable. You said you wanted to fly to Paris just to shower." More laughter, but Yara wasn't laughing. Behind the cameras the segment wrapped up, and the applause faded. The couple walked backstage, lights dimming behind them, crew rushing past with headsets and coffee cups. Yara walked ahead, silent, her heels clicking sharply against the floor. Jovi followed, more subdued now. "Yara, come on," he said, catching up. It was a joke. She stopped and turned. "A joke?" she repeated. Her accent thickened when she was angry. "You think making me look like some kind of drama queen on live TV is funny?" Jovi frowned, suddenly feeling the weight of the moment. "I didn't mean it like that. It was just for the cameras?" She finished for him. "You humiliate me for claps now?" "Yara, people know you're beautiful." No one took it seriously. Her eyes narrowed. "Then why say it? Why not say I was cold, or tired, or even not her usual self? Why the worst?" He had no answer to that. The public backlash. The clip went viral by morning. Twitter was ablaze. Hashtags like hashtag Team Yara, hashtag Jovi said WHAT, and hashtag Worst Husband Award were trending. Influencers posted reactions, with one popular TikToker stating, "Imagine being that gorgeous and your man still says you look the worst on camera." Fan pages flooded with sympathy for Yara. A side-by-side comparison meme of Yara camping versus Jovi camping surfaced. Captioned, "Yara looked worst? Bro, you looked like a soggy croissant." Jovi tried to defend himself on Instagram Live. "Guys, seriously, it was just a joke. Yara knows I love her. She's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and I'd never actually insult her." But the damage was done, not just to his image, but to his marriage. Yara's silence. Yara went quiet online. For 5 days, she posted nothing unusual for someone with a thriving influencer career. Paparazzi spotted her entering a hotel alone. No ring on her finger. Rumors swirled. "Yara leaves Jovi after on-air diss?" said a TMZ headline. Another gossip site ran a grainy photo of her wiping tears from her cheek. Titled "Humiliation Hurts, Yara After Jovi's Public Putdown." Jovi sent flowers. She didn't respond. He sent texts, left voicemails, even contacted her best friend Mila in New Orleans, begging for help. "She's really hurt, Jovi," Mila told him bluntly. "This isn't just about one joke, it's about all of them. You keep turning her into the punchline." Flashback, the pattern looking back. Jovi saw it. The cracks had always been there. The playful jabs at her accent, the teasing about her shopping habits, the sarcastic remarks about her wanting a real European lifestyle. Yara would laugh it off, but every so often, she'd go quiet. Not storm off mad, but silent. A silence that wrapped itself around her like armor. He had mistaken her strength for unshakability. But even diamonds crack under pressure if hit in just the right place. The sit-down. A week later, Jovi arranged a private dinner, not at a flashy restaurant, but in their backyard. Just fairy lights, her favorite Ukrainian dishes, which he tried to cook himself, poorly, and a small handwritten sign, "Yara, you never looked the worst." "I did." She arrived, not smiling. "I almost didn't come," she said. "I wouldn't have blamed you," he replied, "but I'm glad you did." They sat. Silence hung between them like fog. He handed her a letter. "Before you say anything, Just read that. She unfolded the paper. Dear Yara, I've made a lot of dumb jokes. Some you laughed at, some you probably hated but pretended not to. But the truth is, the joke I made on that show wasn't just dumb, it was cruel. It reduced you to a punchline when you've always been the heart of every story we've ever told together. You didn't look the worst. You looked like a mother protecting her daughter from mosquitoes. You looked like a woman putting up with mud, cold, and uncomfortable boots just to try something I thought was fun. You looked like someone who loved me enough to meet me halfway, and I mocked you for it. I'm sorry. I want to be the man who makes you feel like a queen, not a meme. If you're still willing, I want to spend the rest of our lives proving I know exactly how lucky I am. Love. Jovi. She didn't speak for a while after reading. Then, quietly, that was the best thing you've said in weeks. He reached for her hand. Still mad? She nodded. Of course. You made me look like I bathed in trash water on national TV. They both laughed. Real laughter this time. But, she added, I forgive you. Just promise me next time, the joke's on you. He smiled. Deal. Epilogue, going viral again 2 weeks later. Yara posted a photo on Instagram. It showed her in the same camping outfit, full glam makeup on, mud smudged artfully on her cheek, holding a sign that read Yara looked worst, with Jovi crouched behind her, covered in fake leeches, grimacing exaggeratedly. Caption: when your man jokes on live TV, but then cooks borscht to make up for it. Still sleeping on the couch though. Hashtag Team Yara. Hashtag Jovi deserved it. The internet forgave him. Mostly. But more importantly, so did Yara. Final thoughts. Public life makes everything bigger. Mistakes, apologies, love, and laughter. Jovi learned the hard way that words, even in jest, carry weight, especially when spoken by someone the world is watching. But it wasn't the backlash that changed him. It was the look in Yara's eyes when the joke landed flat. When he saw the woman he loved feel small because he thought being funny mattered more than being kind.